This is me, thinking about how I'm going to be more productive. I'm starting a challenge for myself in order to decrease my procrastinating and overall improve my productivity. Well, these are all my goals. Each folder has a subfolder in order to explore deeper. They all follow this format. So, the hard question: how do I ensure I work on my goals consistently? Tracking my life. Tracking my life would be so beneficial. It would allow me to figure out what I need to do more and what I need to do less of in order to gain or obtain my desired goals. When I take a look at how my life currently is, I see it consists of my job, taekwondo, running, church, social media, and then of course there's the random projects and events that I agree to do or go to. And sometimes they're fun and they're full of opportunities. That's why I always like saying yes. But nonetheless, it takes time, and since we're in the consistency game now, we have to figure everything out. My goal right now is to have my life be as consistent as possible in a way that is productive and positive for me. When I look at the biggest consistencies in my life, I see sleep, work, unproductive social media, taekwondo, literally just sitting and thinking. Yes, that's something I do. And then there's talking to family and friends. There's finding music and using the bathroom. Those are the things I do very, very consistently. At least 5 days a week consistently. This is bad because I don't even spend or record, edit, and do enough to be as good of an editor as I say I want to be. And that's just because of lack of consistency, honestly. So I must change these decisions, routines, and habits that hold me back into a set that allows me to obtain my desired goals. To be clear, my biggest goal right now is consistency. My biggest goal right now is consistency, scalable consistency. But right now, I just need to achieve having a consistent life, something I can look at, and something I can learn to manage and control. That way we can scale it and do more. Alright, so March 23rd, I officially started this challenge, making it day 1. I did wake up late at 6 a.m., just took too long to adjust, so it was a slow morning for me. Work was usual, but I found myself much more excited to leave in order to try out this new schedule. After work, I cleaned my car for about 30 minutes. Then taekwondo was already a routine, and after taekwondo was the library for an hour, and then the grocery store. It was going well until we got to the grocery store because I didn't have much of a plan or a good enough idea of what I wanted or needed from the grocery store, and I felt a little lost. But anyway, I tried to power through it, but I ultimately ended up getting these salads, and it spiraled out of control.
I started writing the script for that video like 3 months ago. And I started recording footage for that video in like beginning of March. Um okay. I gotta get up. Let's get serious. Okay, let's get serious. The worse my footage is, the more I gotta edit, and holy crap, this editing stuff, man. It's like great, it's creative, it can be, but it could also be a lot of work, especially if you stack up like everything stack up and now you have to figure out what it is you want to prioritize. Today is May 22nd, meaning it has been 16 days since I recorded the last part of this video. Just as fast as you saw the switch is really as fast as I feel that time has been going by. That's really just the pause that I've been on since editing this project. I told myself I'm going to release it this Monday, the 25th, Labor Day, no matter what. So I'm just wrapping it up. I could just sit here in front of this camera and keep talking, but that's pretty much all I have to say. And now I just need to find a way to take you guys on this journey with me. I really want to be able to use this as
the thing I do to I want to use these videos or this project as my outlet in order to uh, give myself an outlook on of myself and the decisions that I'm making. Also, some accountability and just overall and a better understanding, which was the whole point of this project, obviously. Uh, but the more I work with it, the better it does that. Unfortunately, when I sit in front of the camera and I talk like this the whole time, that doesn't really do much. Yes, the talking is nice, but it isn't appealing and it isn't creative. But it is when I push myself to those other boundaries, that's when we get some better outcome. And I really want to take you with me in my mind. Not literally in my mind, but as we go. So at the next thought, so I guess the next question really for me is, what do I do from here, right? Where do I go? I think I would go back and sit down and look at the footage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna come over here and I put the chair down and moved it with me. I just moved the camera. I'm gonna switch the SD cards. I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna show you guys that as I do it. Okay, different SD card. This is the setup. This is why it's at that weird angle. Okay, different SD card. This is the setup. This is why it's at that weird angle. There you go. Now I can stop recording on this camera. And I'm just gonna go ahead and especially if you stack up like everything. That's what I was gonna say. Especially if you stack up. Okay, so today is officially May 25th. I just got up and out of bed. Unfortunately for me, my time has come at 5 p.m. today. I have to post my video that you guys are watching right now. Overall, the way I feel like I did on it is, yo. No, it's late Memorial Day. I'm actually going to the library. Yeah. What's the word? It's like weird outside. We can't play ball. I'm gonna go check out the library, see if it's open. I have to post my video today, and I'm gonna start my new one today. But yeah, overall, I finished. Overall, I feel like I've made progress. I have obviously made progress, but I've also slacked in certain areas. Like at the beginning of this challenge, I believe I picked up running. Well, I was running consistently at the beginning of this challenge. That slowed down, but I started editing more. Not much more, not as much as I would like to, but I did do a few projects. I'm still actually not even advertising my business, which is just kind of weird. But yeah, there's some big news, there's some big stuff coming, but honestly, I do want to save all of that for the next video. I'm just really not ready to share any of it just because I feel like I didn't reach that standard that it is I had set for this challenge. And I do want to take a break in between, but also I really don't, to be fair. I want to just start working on F2 right now. So the reason this project was called F1 is because it was just my first focus project. So I called it F1 because I needed to make a file name quick, which was like folder 1, focus 1, my first focus project. Of this size, of this value, this was ongoing for about 4 months, something like that, 4 months. So even though you guys really only seen like a month, a few days, barely anything, I was planning and thinking about this for a long time. There's so much footage. There's so much footage. There's so much videos. There's so much scripts and notes, and so much I've added to my checklist that I call my mind map, my checklist mind map folder. um, there's so much information I've learned. I even think there's so much people I've met as a result of this challenge. But there are, I guess, there's about 3 great lines that I would like to cross. Some things that I would like to stop, to say the least, to give a hint. But I will I will yeah, I will continue to use this challenge and as a motivator for me, but eventually I think it will reach that point where it does its job and it not only helps me, but eventually it starts to help somebody else. But yeah, and yeah, but the biggest thing is obviously helping me. Because if I'm able to help myself, then I'll be able to help other people. But anyways, that's, I guess, I don't know, the point of starting this is really just for overall for me though, is just really to see more, which I feel like I have been able to, but yeah, I feel like I've been able to, but we need to keep going. Long outro, gang.